Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to start chapter number 6 of history. The name of the chapter is Colonialism and the City. The story of an imperial capital. Imperial capital means the main center of the imperialist power, that is British. And colonialism, what is the meaning of colonialism? This is the process in which other countries or external powers gain the control over the particular territory, that is known as colony. And this process is known as colonialism, means making the colonies. The process of making the colonies is known as colonialism. For example, the British came here and they controlled over India and its trade and territory, etc. So British became the colonial power and India became colony. So this is the colonialism. So in this chapter we'll study about some cities during the colonial period. So let's start. What happened to the cities under colonial rule? In the previous class, we discussed in the chapter town traders and craftspersons that some cities became very important because of the economic activities were conducted in those cities. If we remind about Decca, means also known as Dhaka today, situated in Bangladesh, Surat and Machilipatnam and also Hooghly, etc. So these were the port cities and became very important centers for trade. In most parts of Western world, modern cities emerged. So just we have to understand this sentence with industrialization. What is industrialization? Industrialization means the process of setting up of industries or other factories in which the manufacturing is done with the machines. So industrialization was the process in which machines were set up with the industries, small scale industries, and these became mechanical industries. And in this way the process of industrialization emerged first of all in England in 18th century, means after 1750. First of all in England industrialization came into existence. So in Britain, industrial cities like Leeds, Manchester grew rapidly in the 19th and 20th century. In 18th century this process was started, and in 19th and 20th centuries in these cities like Leeds and Manchester, it became very fast and rapid process as more and more people sought jobs, housing and other facilities in these places. So these became very big cities. However, unlike Western Europe, Indian cities did not expand as rapidly in the 19th century. Why was this so? So you can see this image of Machilipatnam in 17th century. What kind of activities were done? These became the centers of trade, like Machilipatnam. Here the European traders controlled this port, and from hinterland the things and products were supplied by the traders and purchased by European traders and then exported from here. So this kind of cities like Machilipatnam and Surat became very important center in 17th centuries as well as in till 18th centuries. So you can see after that presidency. What is the meaning of presidency? Presidency, for administrative purposes, colonial India was divided into three presidencies: Bombay, Madras and Bengal. These were three presidencies which developed from the East India Company's factories. What were factories? Factories were not like this today industries. Factories were the trading centers controlled by particular European power. For example, factories of British, it means this particular trade center controlled by the British. For example, Surat was the factory of the British. It means Surat was under control of British people. So these were the trading post, and those officials used to conduct and control these kinds of centers. So they were known as factors. Like Surat, Madras and Calcutta were factories, main centers. In the late 18th century, it means 1780 or after that, Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras rose in importance as presidency cities. And one more thing you have to remember, dear students, that Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras emerged, and Surat, Machilipatnam, and Hooghly declined because of control of the Europeans. They became the centers of British power in different regions of India. At the same time, a host of smaller cities declined, as we discussed about Surat, Machilipatnam, etc. Many towns manufacturing specialized goods declined due to a drop in the demand for what they produced. Because of emergence of industries, the machine-made products attracted the people, and the demands of these kinds of machine-made products increased, and handmade products demands declined. So, in this way, similarly, earlier centers of regional power collapsed when local rulers were defeated by the British and new centers of administration emerged. This process is often described as de-urbanization. And cities such as Machilipatnam, Surat, and Seringapatnam were de-urbanized. It means their development was declined, and in the early 18th century and till the beginning of the 18th century, these cities were very important center for trade, but now these were declined, and this process is known as de-urbanized. By the early 20th century, only 11% of Indians were living in cities. So it means most of the people used to live in the villages and rural areas. Figure 2, Bombay port in the 18th century, you can see here. And the city of Bombay began to grow when the East India Company started using Bombay as its main port in Western India. It means Bombay became the major center of trade for Britishers. The historic imperial city of Delhi became a dusty provincial town in the 19th century before it was rebuilt as the capital of the British India after 1912. And earlier Calcutta was the capital of the British, but after 1912 Delhi became the capital of India. Let's look at the story of Delhi to see what happened to it under colonial rule. So the next topic is how many Delhis were before New Delhi. Before making of New Delhi, various forms were there of Delhi city. So in this way, we'll discuss about how many Delhis before New Delhi in the next video. And whatever we have discussed in this video, you have to revise with the help of PDF or textbook. And watch this video again. If you don't understand, you can ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day.